So Shamima Begum's father doesn't want her coming back to the UK. What's up, guys? This is GN Guy. If you like my content, don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe. So, Shamima Begum's father is siding with the UK Minister Sajid Javid right here. This guy, Mr. Ali, who lives in Bangladesh, says he is shocked by Begum's lack of remorse. His daughter is stripped of UK citizenship on Monday by Sajid Javid. Dozens of UK women who joined ISIS are thought to be in the region, but they're in hiding, potentially terrified also of having their passports revoked. This is a quote from him. She doesn't deserve to come back to Britain. There's 150 other ISIS members, and they're all hiding after what happened to her. So let's read this article a bit. The father of Shamima Begum was dramatically told the Mail on Sunday that he backs Home Secretary Sajid Javid's decision to strip his daughter of her British citizenship. Speaking to the media the first time, Mr. Ali, 60, says, "I know that the British government, don't want to take her back, and this I don't have a problem. I know she's stuck there in Syria, but that's because she done actions that made her stuck like this." A lot of people would castigate this girl's entire family, but here's the thing. She made the decision on herself, and the consequence of the decision should fall on her and whatever she brings into the world. Her son, unfortunately, should be held to... is still a minor and should be taken care of by her, and unfortunately is kind of involved with her. But I don't care that much about her son, because he's the offspring of a Jihadi terrorist and a traitor. Mr. Ali, whose comments are stark contrast to the pleas of Begum's British-based relatives who rather have her allowed in the UK, he said, "I'm on the side of the government. I can't say whether it's right or wrong, but if it's the law of the lands and says it's correct to cancel a citizenship, then I'd agree. So there was some, I was confused a bit, and there is actually a law in place that takes away the citizenship of a British citizen after the government has gone through procedures. So in that case, Shamima Begum deserves to have her citizenship stripped away. The retired tailor told Britain in 1975 he married Begum's mother, Asma. 7 years later, they settled in Bethnal Green, East London, had 4 daughters, but in the mid-90s, he began dividing his time between Bangladesh and Britain, where he married a second wife. That could be a cause of conflict, you know. Shamima Begum, she definitely looks like she comes from a broken home. And a broken home in the Bengali family, it's quite a disgrace. I can tell you from first-hand experience. He last saw his youngest daughter in his visit to the UK 2 months before she fled to Syria, and school friends Khaja Sultana and Armina Abbasi on March 2015. Mr. Ali said he'd been shocked with the lack of remorse about joining ISIS during a series of media interviews in a Syrian refugee camp. There was a video of Shamima Begum. There was they moved her tent, and they wanted to interview her. So she goes, they ask her if she wants her son to come back to the UK, and she declines. I don't want my son to grow up with me. Begum, who's given birth to her son, Jara, last Sunday, pleaded to be allowed back in the UK, but caused outrage by failing to apologize for joining a terrorist group and arguing that 2017 bombing in the Manchester area by an Islamic extremist was justified. The violence is never justified, especially on young children. Shamima Begum, she definitely has no remorse. She's probably one of the true believers of this or ISIS ideology. She's one of the last people to, you know, it's like the last holdout for ISIS in the entire region, and she's one of the last holdouts. Also, like, she married 3 times. She had three kids. 2 of them died, but she definitely holds sway in the ideology. I don't know. Hey, maybe she was held captive against her will for these 4 years. Maybe she probably didn't want to escape and take that risk of being beheaded for escaping. Or maybe she was fully into the ideology. It's not like 15-year-olds have not done stuff like this before. She knew what she was doing when she went and joined ISIS. She knew exactly what she did. If she admitted at least it was a mistake when she felt sorry for her and other people would feel sorry for her. But she is not accepting that she's wrong, Mr. Ali said. He insisted that she'd shown no sign of being no sign of being radicalized. I never saw anything of concern from her at the time, he said. But as usual, normal, she never used to pray regularly and not that Islamic minded. I don't know. That's probably what he's probably trying to justify that, it wasn't my fault. But here's the thing. This is like a broken home scenario for her. And when a child has their mother or their father kind of alienated from them, they try to lash out, especially teenagers. And Shamima Begum, it was a factor in her joining ISIS. She was probably lashing out against her parents as well as, trying to gain some independence. In that age, teenagers want to have some sort of independence. In the interview, she doesn't show any remorse when they ask her, actually they don't even ask her. She just tells them straight up, hey, I don't regret coming here. But then it's UK should take me back. Mr. Javid sparked controversy last week by stripping Begum, 19, of her British nationality on grounds that she was eligible for Bangladesh through her mother. Begum's relatives in Britain have warned Home Secretary that she will challenge the decision in the courts in the Mail on Sunday was unearthed the case and striking similarities that may provide them with hope. Shabina Aslan and Ali Reza Shanir, 17, of Dunbury, Manchester, say they missed their independence. Yeah, you're missing your independence now. Of course you are. You dumb idiots. The case involved another jihadi bride identified only as G3 who fled to Syria to join ISIS and with their 2 children, and then aged 2 and 1, November 2016, she was arrested in Turkey. She tried to return back to the UK. And with Begum, the Home Office stripped that woman of Bangladeshi heritage, but born in Enfield, London, of her British citizenship. However, her family won in the appeal. Last night, an official of Kurdish forces holding the jihadi prisoners at a hole insisted Begum should be repatriated, saying, "It's not just British, but all countries. We want them to take their prisoners, and they should be if they are eligible for only American or Western citizenship. You shouldn't take these women and let them back into the public. These are criminals. These are traitors, and you should try them as traitors." So here's some of the faces of these British women, these so-called British women that joined ISIS. These are some of the 150 British women who joined Islamic State in Syria and thought to still be in the region. So, they're out there somewhere. Shamima Begum is one of 150 British women and girls who fled to Syria and joined a barbaric Islamic State terror group. The Mail on Sunday identified 26 women who are still at large and further 4 who have returned home. Return home? Are you kidding me? Why are they not in jail or in Guantanamo? Jihadi brides are more likely to come back to the UK than their husbands, many of whom died fighting. As ISIS loses its last stronghold in Baghouz, there are still being reports of exodus of British jihadi brides and their children to Kurdish refugee camps in northern Syria. The Kurdish authorities say they have said that they have 12 British jihadi brides living in a hole. The camp in Begum is found. Home Secretary Sajid Javid has stripped Begum of British citizenship. Attempts to do the same to these jihadi brides are likely to result in dozens of battles in high court over the next few years. Here's what I say. Try them. Put them through the ringer. They have that right as a potential British citizen. If they did have that British citizenship and they can be challenged in court, let them. And you know what? And try them also as traitors. These people are traitors, and they should be held to accountable. And if they deserve a traitor's death, by all means, give them a traitor's death. Look at that look on her face.
I'm not that shocked, but I'm a bit shocked.
So the Home Secretary's deprived you of your British
I don't think that's not.
Yeah.
I don't think that's completely involuntary. She definitely is in shock. She's trying to put up a strong face.
But I've heard that other people are being sent back to Britain.
Yeah, but look how smug she
why
looks.
my case is any different.
Look how she rolled her eyes when she said that just before. She's so smug. If she thinks she deserves any of our sympathies.
It's kind of hard to swallow. Yeah, it's a bit upsetting and frustrating. Do my case again and have a bit more sympathy for me and understanding. Maybe give me a reason why they see me as a threat, like, to the UK.
What an entitled piece of shit. She doesn't deserve to come back to the UK. If she does, she deserves to spend decades in jail as a traitor. If not, she deserves to be sentenced to death. So guys, if you like my content, don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe to PewDiePie.